Hello, John. How are you?
Good, Derek. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, man. Episode 192, FLA 2022 year in review, I guess we would call it.
Oh man,
That
Dr.
Dave,
Seuss.
Dave came up with that. It rhymes.
Yeah,
20, yeah, it's smart.
Dave's
2022
a
year in
creative
review.
force.
Yeah, that's a yeah, creative guy. How you
Absolutely.
been, man?
I've been good, buddy. I'm
Yeah,
enjoying the holiday week, a little toned down work week a bit, and hanging out with the kids while they're home from school, doing
nice.
all that stuff, man. So that, and it's this time of year, man. It's always ramping up everything for all the different businesses and companies. Lots of ideas, lots of things to implement while the weather's
Mm,
cold and shitty, and yeah, another year. Let's push things up.
yeah, it's true. It's hard to believe. It's been an incredible year so far. Mr. English, how are you, buddy? Happy New Year.
Same, man.
Um, yeah, it's been a crazy year, man. For us to be able to finally actually, the big thing that for me, it's kind of real like hard to believe because for a couple of years there we were really trying to bang off so many events, and then this year we really had our, it's easy to say what you can do, and think you can do what you can
Yeah.
do, but actually go and pull it off after you say what you can do. I think it's a great thing, an incredible thing from our staff and our team and our sponsors and every athletes, everybody involved to pull this off. It's
hmm
been quite the year.
It has. Yeah. I mean, really, once we were able to work, once we got past the COVID thing, I mean, I'm in the gym business, so everything I do was finally able to start operating again as usual and get back to normal. So that's been fantastic after two hard years, and with us not being able to really do anything for a couple years there to get a year like we did in and have so many good fights and so many, have four solid shows that went really well and just set us up for 2023 and beyond, right? So it was good it finally happened, and it's good we managed to wade through the months and months of bullshit to get to the other side because, at some points it wasn't it wasn't weren't feeling it so much.
Yeah, good way to put it. Good way to
Yeah,
put it. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
it's almost hard to believe that we went through that, considering the year
Yeah.
that 2022 was for Fight League Atlantic. All started
Well,
by
yeah.
Dylan Shepard, man.
Yeah.
Really, that was the
That
first
is
fight in like
literally what
2 years.
kicked off 2022.
What an
100%. First
amazing
fight.
fight!
Yeah.
Both
Phenomenal
of them.
fight.
Like,
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Oh no, it was a really good back and forth fight. Like that fight was phenomenal. I remember walking out from out back. I stood in back by the chute by the ramp there and watched it, and it was just all over the place. It was crazy. And then when he hit him, everyone jumped up out of their seat, and it was like, let's go.
yeah,
Adrenaline at 110.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
something else, man.
yeah.
It's hard to believe, you have FLA 3 in April. I think it was, what was that, April 30th maybe, or 23rd? I can't even remember. Was it?
Jeepers, I can't remember either, man. I can check
Because
online if you want.
we did a Kumite. Man, like,
Yeah.
remember how the year
It was
started?
Kumite, yeah, 6 weeks later, show, 6 weeks later, show,
Well, the
and
Kumite was delayed though. Remember that was supposed to be in January too, and then we had that scheduled. I think was that the one we had like 80 athletes and they all had to like qualify. It was like a full day
this was the
thing.
2 day, two parts of the day, yeah. It was a whole day thing and a really long show at night, yeah. I think that was in March, wasn't it? And then we did the show in April, 6 weeks later, and then we did the
I
show
think you're right. Yeah,
in, Sackville 6 weeks after that. It was yeah, they made for a busy spring.
yeah, it did. And then obviously going into the fall, we thought we had it
Yeah,
all
then we hit
figured
the
out.
hurricane. Jeez.
Not the
Yeah.
case. Not the case. But yeah, hurricane that kind of threw us off, and then we
That pushed us
no,
back 3
because
weeks
then we
into
had
the
to
next
change the
show.
venue too.
Yeah,
That's right, with the venue, and that put us
just
5
3
weeks
weeks.
in the next event.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
thanks to our fans and athletes. For none of this kind of shit is possible without you guys. And
No, I mean, if
these
everybody
people,
didn't shift 3 weeks down and buy tickets still and stuff, we wouldn't have had the Moncton show in the end, and then
no,
wouldn't be going into January. So here we are. We've been spending our holiday investing in our company and the way things operate, and working on some things, and we're going into, probably our biggest show yet, man. We've got some serious talent coming up. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
phenomenal. It's
January and March and May are shaping up as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's we're trying, we're gonna stay ahead of it and try to stay 2 cards ahead of it, or so athletes who are
At
ready and
least.
looking to fight, those we want you to be ready, and you can kind of almost map out your year as best you
Mhm.
can, so yeah, it's awesome, man. I don't know what I just Yeah, but let's get right. I want to talk quickly about what was your personal highlight for the year, like your own
Like a
personal highlight,
fight or just in general?
just in general.
Man, that's a tough one. I don't know, man. Like the first couple shows we did, as for both of us, were super stressful, right? The first one was brutal, and by the end of this year, they got to be really fun, and I
Yeah,
really enjoyed a lot of it, right? I don't know. That's a tough one, man. I'll think about that. My highlight of the year, I gotta think. I always choose this one carefully. Like, I mean, I've had fighters compete this year and win. I've had, obviously our shows go off very smoothly. Our whole crew is just running things awesome, which
yeah,
which made it enjoyable, right? Like we have so many people helping us now that know what they're doing, and everything else. I don't know, man. Like there were so many good moments, like just moments with all the other athletes too, and guys losing and guys winning and chatting with them out back. Like I really enjoy that part of it. I really enjoy seeing everybody and being part of that community. Like
hmm
for me, it's always one of the highlights of every show is just being out back and being put in the mix, and taping hands and chatting with guys, and
yeah.
you know yeah.
That's
And we're
exactly
older than we're so much older than these guys, like a lot of these guys too. So you kind of have like like a little bit of like,
sure. Yeah,
I don't know how
a
you
little
put it,
bit.
like, like a not a mentor or a big brother thing, but like, when the guys lose and they're 20, then you can have some insight, be like, you know what, man,
Sure.
we'll get you back in there, go back to the gym, blah, blah, blah. And I
Yeah,
like all
and
those moments, right?
you and I don't necessarily look at ourselves as those older people, even though we are. You know what I mean? Like
Oh man, I
I'm
don't
42
feel
years
like
old.
I'm older. I go to
Yeah,
the gym and think I'm 20, and then I fucking soonly realize that I'm not, you
That's
know?
the thing, right? So it's
Yeah.
our personalities were very approachable, and I think that's
Oh,
a great thing for a promotion is because we're nobody. We're just people who are fans of the sport who love what all these
yeah, we just love
athletes are
doing
doing.
this,
And
man. We just yeah.
exactly, yeah. How can you not be if you're a martial arts fan and you get to be able to sit cage side and watch all these phenomenal athletes put on incredible performances? It's incredible, man. So that's
It
my
is,
personal
man.
highlight. I got to say, I did cry at FLA 4 when the doors opened for some reason. I don't know what happened, but like I was just like overwhelmed with emotion, man. I was just like, Chris Walsh, actually, the cage crew was looking at me. He was like, "Are you crying?" I was like,
It can
"Yes,
be overwhelming, man. The amount
yeah,
of yeah, you work on something for so long, for months and months, and with yeah, with 4, that was a good show, man. The energy in that small arena was phenomenal.
yeah." Excited
Um,
to be back there.
yeah, and 4 kind of felt like it was like we got over the hump, you know? Like 3 happened and that was good. 2 happened, that was shitty circumstances, in the fall of
Yeah,
21, and then 3 happened, it was like, "Okay, we're back, we're doing it," and then 4 was like, "Yeah, man, I feel you on that one."
yeah. Shout out to
Pressure
the
pressure relief.
no, both commissions, New Brunswick Combat Sports Commission, Nova Scotia Combat Sports Commission. For us working with them this year was incredible.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
New Brunswick, full credit to them because for me personally, they've just been above and beyond when it comes to helping and helping athletes compete and just ensuring events go forward, which is
Mhm.
the key for combat
That
sports, man.
those guys, that's their priority, man. They love it and as well, and they just want people to have good shows, good safe experience, and they
Yeah,
want the fans to make sure they're getting their money's worth in that. So, yeah, man, they've been awesome, and working with Nova Scotia this past year was awesome too. I gotta say,
yeah,
the
yeah,
way things have gone and the level of organization that we brought to the table, it just made all the difference
yeah.
as we started working with them again. So, looking forward to Nova Scotia next year. Looking forward to New Brunswick a bunch next year, and yeah, just collaborating with the commissions, make things happen, man.
Yeah,
We're getting there. We're building our
big things,
relationships and figuring out our skill sets and everything else. It's been good.
big things in the future, man.
Hmm.
Speaking of which, what this is a good segue into our finishes, 2022 finishes of the year. So we're going to go through them here, and we'll stop and chat about them really quickly. But anybody who's a
Yeah.
fan of the brand knows exactly what these finishes are, who was fighting, and
Mhm.
expect in the future. But it's an
Yeah, this is
incredible,
only 4 shows, 2022, and a
yeah,
stack of finishes from both sides.
yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, we were talking a little bit about Dylan Shepard. So I guess without further ado,
Yeah, man. In order. Here we go.
He's wobbly.
oh,
Gotta rewind that, I guess. We may have
rewind.
been watching it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More comfortable in a standing position. Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
I
2022.
love Christine's reaction.
Yeah.
More comfortable in a standing position. Yeah.
The delayed reaction.
In some ways.
Yeah.
What an incredible finish! Like,
It doesn't get much cleaner than that, and it was super cool because he hit him with the body shot earlier, same spinning back kick, and really brought his hands down when he went up high the
yeah,
next time. Yeah, that really set the precedent, man. That was the first fight of this year. That's incredible that the first fight of the year finishes like that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? You can't write stuff better than that. So
And again,
hats
both of
off to those guys
fights,
for both bringing it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, both incredible. You'll see Dawson back in there soon, but
Dawson's a killer, man. Like, it sucks to be on the end of one of those highlights. It shouldn't take anything away from him. Like, he looked
no,
phenomenal until he didn't. It's just that simple.
it takes two. It
Yeah.
does. It's
Yeah,
two. It's like
absolutely.
being a pitcher in the World Series. You throw that pitch, they hit a home run. Like, it sucks, but you got to, you play the game, right? So it's he's a phenomenal athlete and a talented kid, and he's got a bright future in anything he chooses.
Mhm.
So, speaking of which,
Absolutely.
another super talent coming out of the Henzo Gracie camp in PEI, Cam Nelson.
Yeah. And I will say too, like, these are both guys. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Dylan
no,
and Cam, both guys that ended up on both reels, the subs and the KOs, right? Like, talk
ooh,
about talented. Yeah.
well, Henzo Gracie. I don't know I think they're like 10-1 or 11-1
It
or
was
something.
11-1. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
That's a pretty good friggin' record for a club for 2022. 11-1 in FLA.
yeah,
Like,
it certainly
wow.
is.
Yeah.
It's a power horse.
Yeah. Nice little choppy up shot.
See what I did
Spit it
there?
up.
I called him a power horse, which is a workhorse and a powerhouse mixed together.
Power horse?
Yeah, I made up the word. Here's your
That
boy,
makes sense.
Garrett
Yeah.
Rayfield.
Old trading partner of mine, old student, now down at Fit Plus, keeping
So
things
good.
going.
It's a great fight.
This was an awesome fight, yeah. Giancarlo and Garrett both just brought it and put on a real good show. Man.
Did Garrett actually throw a first strike to the ground?
Nice duck.
Not an ordeal.
Another one by Giancarlo. Like, he came under that right hand, switched his angle, but then he just got touched, man.
Good stoppage by Never too.
It was a good stoppage, yeah. Yeah, Eric and Roy and those guys, the referees, were on point with stoppages, man.
Yeah,
They're all over it.
Yeah, they don't get enough credit. Like, we talk about the commissions and stuff, but like
Mhm.
those three do a phenomenal job. Barry Gallant, Eric Nevitt, Ryan Potter, all three of them do a phenomenal job. I can't say enough about them.
Yeah.
Zach Young, another Moncton prodigy, fighting on the next card against your boy, Levi Nickerson.
We didn't take that fight because we thought it was an easy fight. We thought it was a good fight. And Zach Young is such a good fighter. Levi's the kind of fighter that wants to test himself, man. So,
not many people lining up for that fight. So kudos to Levi.
Nobody's lined it up. So yeah, exactly right. And I mean, that was one that we had lined up with Garrett. That's a phenomenal matchup. Garrett couldn't make it because of his university. I mean, of course, man. If you're going to become a lawyer, that needs to take priority over amateur fighting. But Levi taking this fight now in January. We've been training real hard for Zach, man. He's no joke, and we're not taking it because we think it's it's a win. We think it's a good fight that we can win. So going for it, man,
Love
and
that.
looking
That's a great
looking forward to
attitude
seeing
as a
how this
team.
shakes out. Well, you know, it's mixed martial arts. It's not boxing where you're padding your records like you
It's
do. And
amateur too.
it's
Test yourself.
amateur, exactly. You're in there getting experience. Do you want to sit on the sidelines or do you want to get the experience that you're after, right? And a good tough opponent's only going to increase your ability much quicker, right? And
Yeah.
there's no sense sitting around for 6 months to fight a can, in my opinion.
No, that's right. All right, Zach.
Anyway.
Khalifa did very well in this fight too. I'd like to see him back in there. I don't know what his plan is.
Absolutely. Khalifa's very talented, man. It's another fight that could have gone either way, right? But a couple punches landed the right way just changes everything.
Yeah.
Just explosive, man. And he's really good at changing levels, moving around.
Yeah, he is. He's like a very good all around athlete. He really super polite kid too. Very much like Levi in that regard. Like just loves martial arts and wants to test himself, and that's the kind of people we love.
Exactly. Yeah, man. He's training and he's working. You know, wants to get in there and fight and get that experience, right? Comes out of a good camp with up there with Chad, and nothing but love for those guys. And when we face off across, the cage in January, it's nothing but just a test of skill. Let's see how it goes.
Takes two, man. It's like hockey.
Yeah.
You got to slow up. You got to have another team to play.
Exactly.
No fun shooting on the empty net all the time.
That's right.
We did it lots growing up in Pictou. Goalies. Get into the next one. Another guy, David Chapman. I don't know what his plans are. Another guy I'd love to see back in there in the near future, but a great kid. Coming on the wrong end of this fight, but Zach.
This was a good back and forth one too, man. And Dave was doing really well until he got clipped, man. He got disorientated. It looked like for a moment, and Zach really capitalized on it. Yeah, right on the chin, right?
Yeah, Zach was. It's a little bit laggy, so it's like a little bit slow, but Zach, I think you'll see him back in there quite soon as well. So
Sebastian, he's going to drop down to 35 though, right?
Yeah, 35. It's a good place for him to be.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So Sebastian Akerley versus Corey Forsythe.
And this was an advanced amateur.
Yeah, you had that, the ground and pound, I guess you could say.
Yep, finished him off with the ground and pound once he hit the ground. Now, if it was regular amateur, he wouldn't be able to hit him there, and he'd have to run into.
You look at the size difference there, Sebastian. Like, he put on so much muscle in his last fight.
Yeah.
He was jacked, man.
Yeah, he was.
I wonder if that had an effect.
On gas tank? I don't know. I don't know, man. He came off the stool. Like, that was one of the things I was so impressed about his fight with Dylan is how fresh and how fit those guys were. Like, dude, anytime I fought, I don't even care. Like, if I could do 55-minute rounds in the gym after, like, one round in the cage, you're, like, toast, right?
Yeah.
These guys walked off the stool after the first round like it was, getting groceries.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so much competition experience for both of them, right? Traditional martial arts, I think, but like both of them competing with, I think Taekwondo. I could be wrong, but maybe karate. I don't know. One of the two for Sebastian, and then obviously judo for Dylan. But yeah, they're both. I'd like to see Sebastian back in there soon. We'll see what happens. He's very talented.
Oh yeah, he's exciting. The FLA 4 Pro headliner. This was just a beautiful shot, man. I talked to Patrick about that after the fight, and he saw Justin just, he was covering up in front, but he wasn't really hitting the side, so he just dipped one over his shoulder and right on the off switch, man. Really good. Like, he saw the opportunity, he set it up, he landed it. It worked, so, I mean, that just shows the level these guys are operating on, right? Like, he's thinking several steps ahead the whole time.
Yeah. Pat's a hell of a guy. He fights under the samurai banner, but he He just fought under Unified there a couple weeks ago. He had a loss, I think, but he's willing to take any fight all the time. Just wants to stay active. And he's a good guy. Another great martial artist. I don't know what. I think Justin, you'll see him back in there this year too.
I hope Justin gets back in there, man. The fact that Justin stayed relevant for so long and he stays in shape and he's always working, you know, it's all these guys, man. You can win or lose. Like, you know, that fight could have gone a different way as well, you know. So it's obviously discouraging to lose and you know, to lose by getting knocked out or TKO'd. But yeah, I hope he gets back in there at least once or twice more, man, and just is able to showcase his ability.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Great guy.
Absolutely.
All right,
He
let's.
likes fishing, so he's a good guy.
An hour and a half to keep talking. So, folks, we're just going to watch the rest of these.
Man, this head kick set it up, right? And good on Brad for his patience. He didn't just charge in, he stayed at range and picked his shots.
This was
Thing you
well
gotta
there
be aware
too.
of as a fighter when you're under the
Really
amateur
like
sense
these
is they will
people
stop
that
fighter fights.
Everybody who's fighting for us, you know, obviously we're trying to judge them. You know, we're trying to get everybody back in there as much as possible, but being excited, being ready, being used to what we're doing, fight, take all the great, ingredients to fighting up.
Curry Woods, man, that's a powerful 145er.
Head kick to it. Right hand and Vickers is in trouble.
Hayden made the most of his opportunity, man. You know, he had his medicals and was lined up to fight a couple times, I think, with not just with us, but finally happened for him, man. He didn't screw around. And this fight, man, Thomas was like on a mission.
Thomas landed a nice big right hand there.
Yeah. And good for him, man. Like, I always said Thomas was too talented to be 0-2, right? And got that eye poke, and these guys both agreed to come back 3 weeks later, or 5 weeks later, which is just incredible. And man, having none of it. Mike was doing the right things, covering up and moving his feet, but that's just it. Thomas was on him.
So we'll see. He's coming out hot and heavy.
Same with Jake, man. This guy took how many years off?
It broke it. It took like 8 years or whatever off, and then he came back and he was supposed to fight Curry, remember? And then
Man, when I was fighting amateur, he was fighting amateur as a kid. Like, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
yeah, and I think, you know, Fabian's healthy. You know, I found just the point
And under the advanced rule set,
Yeah.
as we mentioned,
Just got overwhelmed. Never had
and,
any chance to dig out of it,
time
man.
to work through.
Yeah,
This guy. He's a scary individual, man.
very much so. There you have
Yeah.
it, folks. That is our 2022 submission. No, sorry. KO finishes. Enter year in review. Yeah, exciting stuff, Johnny. January
Mhm.
28th, 4 weeks Saturday. We are back at it.
Yeah, man. I'm getting antsy for it now.
Yeah, it's you know, we're it's become a you know, it's like everything. I don't know, this is probably 40th event now, so it's getting more routine every single event and
Mm-hmm.
just come together, you know, and this is our 7th MMA event, so you know, things are, as a team, we're just getting better and better and better, and we got some big additions announced here in the next week or so. We got a huge addition coming into our broadcast team, which is very exciting. Yeah, big
Yeah, it's not
things,
just
man.
the fighters, man. It's everybody. It takes about 100 people to run these shows with the fighters and the athletes. It takes a small army to put them on, so it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge operation. Like when it comes to the amount of moving parts, like people don't understand. Like for most people who like those doors and the tickets and everything, they're ran by us too. So like, you know, the doors are opening, the athletes and the commission, they're all getting ready. The pay-per-view's getting ready. You know, everything is kind of working at the same time, all to operate. And there's two shows going at the same time, one live in pay-per-view and then one live in-house, all at the same time. So there's been many times where John and I are just like literally just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
It's
there's a lot happening.
Yeah, man. But it's like repetition. Like
Mhm.
fighters, man. If they don't have an opportunity, they can't get better, right? And if they can fight 3 or 4 times in a year, how wicked is that? It's
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
just becomes a better, well-oiled machine.
Mhm. Hey, man, I mean, I remember way back when I was doing the amateur fighting thing too, and trying to find fights was the worst. Like, I had one, and then the next one, all the promotions were gone at the time, and when another fight came along, I just jumped on that one, a couple weight classes up, and then that got me another one, but if I didn't take the fights that were thrown my way short notice, I wouldn't have fought at all, or wouldn't have barely fought at all. Who knows what would have happened, right? So, yeah, and it hasn't changed now that we're back. Guys are getting chances again, but I mean, unless you're going up to Montreal to fight in the unsanctioned events, there's not a whole lot going on, right? So unless you want to spend 10 years as an amateur trying to get some experience, get in there and make it happen. We'll put on as many shows as we can. We'll give you guys the best spotlight we can possibly put together.
Yeah,
Our goal is to move everybody up to the big leagues. Let's do it.
exactly. The East Coast, has an incredible. We showed that with submission series when we used to do big jiu-jitsu tournaments and bring
Yeah.
people in. Like, it's not like everybody would come here and just smash anybody. Like the East
No.
Coast is a talented group of individuals, and it's about goddamn time we showed it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's been good. And we said that before, but we bring in fighters from all over the country to fight the East Coasters, and everyone holds their own and does well. So that's important too, man. You can't always be fighting in your backyard and
Yeah,
getting a realistic look at things, right? You might be the king of the gym, but there's a million other lions out there training too.
yeah, that's it. Trying to take what you work for. So,
Mhm.
yeah, super excited. Anybody looking for tickets as well? Just a little ticket update. We are completely sold out of tables. We will not be adding any additional tables. Floor seats were just like 60, 70 seats left on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
There
can't
was 60, 69 or something. I think 70 left yesterday.
So we won't be adding any more of those as well. So if
No.
you're looking for a ticket, general admission, there's about there'll be probably 400 or so, whatever
Yeah.
amount.
There's a
It's
bunch of
left.
general admission left, but the floor is pretty much gone.
Yeah. So if you're gonna get them soon. Obviously, we'll have walk-ups available as we always do, and pay-per-view. So it's gonna be an incredible event. Get your tickets,
Mhm.
and yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Get on get online and watch the subs video, and yeah, man.
Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
It's a new episode of episode 193 of the Blah 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 podcast, where Jon and Derek
Shout
just
out.
talk.
Yeah, shout out to Jake Seward for the
Yeah.
name.
Do they talk
If you
about
wanna-
anything? No. Pretty much they
Not
talk
really.
about everything they post on Instagram. And that's really it. So if you just watch their Instagram post, you'll understand. You don't have to look.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, dude. Well,
Yeah, man.
have a wonderful new year, Jon. Lots of love to you, man. Thanks for your team and all the hard work. Thanks to all of our staff and everybody who's put in everything behind the scenes. It's quite awesome, man.
Yeah, looking forward to the new year, man. Everyone on my end's pumped, and yeah, working on some upgrades for the cage and everything else. We're
Yeah.
hitting the ground running next year, man. That's one thing. Like, we're not here to just take. Like, we're putting everything we earn back into this thing to make it even bigger and better, and constantly watching other events to see how they're doing it and everything else. Like, this is a job for us, man. We're gonna do it as best as we possibly can.
We take a lot of
Yeah.
pride in this thing, and I think people are going to notice that in the first event in January. There are two things that are great. Like, I think they're going to be a couple things that they're going to notice. And they're like, whoa, that's different. That's
Mhm.
different. What's going, and which is cool. And that's exactly like you said. Put it back in. If, like an athlete, if we're not improving, then the product gets stale. Then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
Deserve it. So
If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards, in my opinion.
yeah, exactly. So no, it's going to be a huge year. So can't wait.
Same. It's gonna be cool.
All right, buddy. Well, lots of love to you, man. Happy New Year, and we will talk very, very soon.
Absolutely, brother. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy holidays. Hope you're all getting some time home with the family before we hit January full tilt.
True enough. True enough. All right.